Multiplying polynomials, unit 8. So number 1, write this one down. 2p parentheses 3p minus 1 plus 6. 2p parentheses 3p minus 1 plus 6. All right, here's what's new about this. We're still going to multiply 2 times 3 like we used to do, distributive property, all right? What's 2 times 3? 6. Here's what's new. There's a little one with this p and a little one with this p. So it's actually going to be p to the second power. So you multiply the big numbers and you add the little numbers. So you get p to the second, okay? All right, then we're going to do 2p times negative 1. What's 2p times negative 1? What is it? Negative 2p. Okay, so positive 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, and you put the p with it. What do I do with the plus 6? Drop it down. Okay. Can you put p squared and p, can you put those two together? No. That's your answer. Okay. That's your answer. All right, write down number 2. 4 parentheses 2x plus 5 minus 2x parentheses x minus 1. Nope. Kinda, but kinda. Yeah, kinda, but not, yeah. Okay, Molly, what do you think we're going to do first on number 2? All right, which gives you what? Yep, just 8x. You can put a little 1 if you want. Oh, then what else do you have to multiply 4 by? Which gives you? Yeah, today's going to be a no calculator day, guys, so don't use your calculator. Right here, now I'm going to do negative 2x times x. So there's a 1 here. What's negative 2 times 1? Anybody? Negative 2. x1 and x1, when you put them together, becomes x squared, all right? So that becomes an x squared right there. Be careful with that. What's negative 2x times negative 1? Positive 2x, okay? All right, on this one, are there any like terms that you can combine? Good. Okay, now, I will not take off points how you write it, but I'm going to show you how the test is going to write it. They're going to put this x squared term first. They're going to put it in descending order. So they're going to put negative 2x squared first. I don't care if you do that or not. I'm just showing you what they're going to do. Then they're going to put 8x plus 2x, which is 10x in the middle.
Wait, can't do that. Yes, no, you can't. That one don't have a x on it. It's x on it.
Yeah, what is it when there's not one? Oh, one.
Why did you just mark that one? That one's got a
At the end, rather than plus 20. Okay. All right, other questions? Okay. Now, this next one is really, really new. You got to do a new technique. So let's just write it down for now. X plus 1 times x minus 4. All right. This one, we're going to do what's called the lobster claw, okay, the lobster claw. So you're going to start with this x, and you're going to multiply it by that x. So what's x times x? X to the second, because look, okay, I'm putting them together. X times x gives me x to the second, okay? Then I'm going to multiply x times negative 4. What's x times negative 4? You can multiply them. You just can't combine them. You can multiply them. Negative 4x. Good. Okay. Now, that's the top lobster claw. Now we're going to do the bottom lobster claw. So here's what I mean by the bottom lobster claw. Now we're going to do 1 times x. What's 1 times x? 1x. And then 1 times negative 4. Negative 4. Okay. Here's where they have to match at this step. This is where we combine like terms. They have to match on this step. So Blake, which two things match? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down the x squared. That's going to come first. And here we're adding, we're combining them. What's negative 4 plus 1? And then what else drops down? Negative 4. Okay? All right. So you do the lobster claw when there's nothing in between the parentheses. Okay? You just got two sets. All right, go ahead and write down the next one. Number 4. I like them. X minus 6 and x plus 6. Yep. All right. Devin, help me with the top lobster claw. What am I multiplying x by first? And what's x times x? Good. Okay. So that's my first lobster claw. Summer, what do I multiply x by next? Which gives me what? Positive 6x. All right, Andrew, help me with the bottom lobster claw. Very good. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. All right, this first step is multiplying. So now, Abby, I have to do negative 6 times positive 6. What's that? Negative 36. Okay? So the first step is multiplying using your lobster claw. Okay? All right, Ashley B., what are we doing next? Good. At this step, they cancel because you're combining them. Positive 6 and negative 6 cancel. So your answer is x squared minus 36. X squared minus 36. All right. Number 5, x plus 9 and x minus 5. All right, Mateen, help me with the top lobster claw. Good. X times x gives me x squared. Nadia, what comes next? All right, Carolyn, help me with the bottom lobster claw. Carolyn, what am I multiplying 9 by? First, we're going to multiply by x, and then you're right. Then times negative 5. So do times x first. Gives you positive 9x. And Blake, what else do I have to do on this one? 9 times. What's positive 9 times negative 5? Okay. All right, Tyler, what am I doing last? All right, what's my final answer going to be, Tyler? Very good, Tyler. Okay. All right, number 6, 2x minus 4 and x minus 7. All right, Caitlin, what do I do first? Very good, Caitlin. My second period didn't get that, so very good. 2x times x is 2x to the second. Destiny, what else am I doing? Which gives you? All right, Stephen, help me with the bottom lobster claw. What do I multiply negative 4 by? Which gives me negative 4x. And what else do I do, Stephen? And a negative times a negative is a? Yep, so you get positive 28. Okay? All right, Ross, what's my final answer going to be? Very good, Ross. 2x squared minus 18x plus 28. All right, number number 7, x minus 5 with a 2 on the outside. X minus 5 with a 2 on the outside. All right, before we get started, let me ask you this question. What does 3 squared mean? 3 times 3. When it has a 2 on the outside, you need to mark it out and write another one every time you see that, okay? When it has a 2 on the outside, mark it out and write another one right beside it. All right, Blake, help me with this one. What am I going to do? Yes, you do. What am I going to do first? Which is? Okay, so on this first step, you put your x times x gives you x to the second. Because, Blake, it's like this. X times x. Well, what does x to the second mean? X times x. Okay. All right, then what, Blake? X times, which is? Okay, now we come to the bottom and do the bottom. Very good. All right, and then Blake, what would your final answer be? X to the second what? No, these two don't cancel because they're both negative. Negative 5 and negative 5 when you put them together. Negative 5 and negative 5 when you put it together. Negative 10. All right, number 8. M plus 1 to the second. M plus 1 to the second. In next year, not this year. Okay. All right. What do we have to do when we see a 2 out here? Mark it out and write it again. Mark it out and write it again. M plus 1 times M plus 1. Okay? All right, Andrew, help me with this one. Okay? You got it? Plus 1, because it's 1 times 1. Okay? All right, and what would your final answer be, Andrew? Good. Okay. Number 9, x minus 3 times x plus 3 plus x squared plus 10x plus 25. Mm-hmm. All right, what do you think we're going to do first? Parentheses, good. Why do you do parentheses first? I always go first. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, we're going to do the same thing we did on the last problem. X times x, which is? Blake, why don't you keep helping me with this one? So, x times x is x squared. Then what, Blake? Negative 9. Okay. All right, guys. Now I want you to drop this stuff down. Plus x squared plus 10x plus 25. Just drop it down. Okay? Drop that stuff down. So, what you're doing next is the same thing we did before. Combine like terms. We just have to combine a little bit more than we did before. Okay? What gets combined with x squared? X squared. So, what's x squared plus x squared? Okay. Close. Okay, so 1 plus 1 gives you 2, and when you're adding, I know this is a lot to keep straight, guys, but when you're adding, you absolutely do not disturb the exponents. So, in this step, when you're adding, you don't change them, Okay, you don't change them in this step, so it's x to the 2. Okay. All right, what happens to positive 3x and negative 3x? Cancel, but you still have another 10x right here, so that drops down. And then what has to be put together last? What's negative 9 plus 25? Positive 16. Okay. Oh, no. I didn't do that on purpose. All right, write down number 10 for me. All right, what's different about number 10? All right, you got some extra parentheses. What else is different? Yep, that's different. And then I heard someone say there's a subtraction sign here. Does anybody remember what you have to do when there's a minus and then a set of parentheses? Yep, so go ahead and change it on your paper. This becomes a plus. What does the x squared change to? Negative. You have to change that one. Negative x becomes a positive, and negative 20 becomes a positive. Okay, so do that. All right, now let's lobster claw this one. X times x, x squared. X times 5, 2 times x, and 2 times 5, 10. Now, when I drop this stuff down, I'm going to drop down the new stuff. So negative x squared. What else drops down? Positive 1x and positive 20. So you want to use your new signs. All the parentheses disappear. All right. Let's see. Andrew, what happens with x squared? Very good. X squared minus x squared cancels out. Ashley C., what do I do with 5x? Is there anything else? So that gives me 8x. And Summer, what else do I put together? Which gives you 30. Good, I'm glad you think so. All right, you might need more time to write? No, I got 2 more. Okay, last 2. All right, last 2. Number 11 says find the area of the shaded region. To do that, I have to find the area of the big box, and then what do you think I have to do? Yeah. So here we go. Last 2. Stick with me here. Step 1. Yes. You don't have to copy the picture, just write this. All right, so step 1 is we're going to find the area of the big box. How do you find the area of a rectangle? Yep, length times width. So for this particular problem, what do they have for the length? Very good. What do they have for the width? And it doesn't matter which one you put in which parentheses. Okay, so step 1 is your big box. And we're going to do the lobster claw. Okay? All right, so 2x times x is 2x times 4. Negative 6 times x. And negative 6 times 4. Okay. Let's see. Odin, what would be my simplified answer for this one? Good. All right, so that is step 1. All right, step 2 is the little box. Okay, is the little box. All right, Stephen, what do you think I'm going to use for the little box? X plus 1 and X plus 9 are for the little box. Okay. All right, so X times X is X squared. X times 9, 9X. 1 times X, and 1 times 9, 9. Okay. Mateen, what does that simplify down to? Good. All right, guys, the last step. I know this one is long. I know it's long. Okay. Yep. Subtract them. So, step 3 is big minus little. Okay. And you do need to use parentheses, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay. So, big minus little. Okay. All right, Nadia, what did we get for the big box answer? Very good. Okay, so that's what we got for the big box answer. Abby, what did we get for the little box answer? Very good. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, Blake, what do you have to do when there's a minus in front of parentheses? Changes. So this becomes a plus, x squared becomes negative, 10x becomes negative, and 9 becomes negative. All right, now we're ready to put them together. What is 2x squared and negative x squared? Very good, Ashley. 1x squared. Positive 2x and negative 10x. Negative 8x. And negative 24 and negative 9. Yeah, because they're both negative, so they go together. Last one, number 12. All right, Caitlin, what's step 1? Good. Step 1 is big. Devin, what am I using for the big box? What numbers? All right. So big box first, 2x plus 4 and 7x minus 2. Okay. 2x times 7x. To the second. Good. 2x times negative 2. 4 times 7. And 4 times negative 2. Negative 8. Ross. Sorry, I just had Ross on the popsicle stick. Blake, we don't need comments right now. Destiny, what do you get for the simplified answer? 14x. Okay. All right, Molly, what is step 2? All right, step 2 is little box. Ashley B, what am I using for the little box? Okay, here's why we had to do this one, because this one's a little different. This one only has one lobster claw. This one only has one lobster claw, because is there a plus or minus here? So it's just 4x times x, which is, and then 4x times 9, and there's no bottom lobster claw. Okay. All right. Step 3. Tyler, what's step 3? Which one has to come first? The big box. So big minus little. Okay. All right, Blake, what do we get for the big box? Good. And Andrew, what do we get for the little box? And Stephen, what do we have to do when there's minus in front of parentheses? So that becomes a negative. So what is 14x squared minus 4x squared? And what is 24x minus 36x? And then there's one more thing that has to go in your answer. Negative 8.